Isn't this fancy? Isn't that fancy? My lady made that for me on her phone, no less. Pretty sweet, right? So, as is obvious by this ugly thing, I'm trying out some new software. Maybe we'll get into the rant about that in a minute. uh, so, yeah. Let's see. Hopefully, audio and everything sounds good. I don't normally use this software, so monitoring things is actually way harder than the software I use. So just let me know. Things sound weird, wonky. This won't be a long-term solution, by the way. So that folks know, parts of the Fish Fam Christmas are it basically requires all of the people who are present to use StreamYard. And they're doing that just to make it uniform with all the people who have giveaways. And giveaways can happen either this stream or next stream, just as a heads up. Disclosure, they'll be on both. But so I kind of wanted to demo using this particular tool. Normally, I just stream through OBS and have a lot more control, and haven't set up as much as I could, but I have a lot more control over my microphone and my camera in the free version. I'm sure there's more settings and stuff you can do in paid StreamYard, but I'm not going to pay StreamYard for features that I get for free in other software. Also, it limits the video fidelity to 720p, so that's nice when you're on the free version. OBS doesn't do that. Oh, man. There are some cool features, so, that's nice. But I have a short, and part of the features we'll be showing here in just a second. I have a short, shall we say, I'm going to set this up real fast. Topic. This bad boy here. We're going to use that. There we go. And that is, let us say that you're shopping for a fellow fish nerd, and you're a procrastinator, maybe like Bentley is, and you're shopping kind of at the last second. What do you do? This is a common theme, but I've seen a lot of stuff that points toward things that I think are silly. Similarly, let's say you're going to a holiday party with fish friends. Maybe you got a club, you're doing a holiday party, and you want a decent gift, right? So the easy options, of course, are something like a gift card to a local fish store. Or if you don't have a good local fish store, maybe you only got big box stores, you use something like Dance Fish. You could use something like Aquarium Co-op, right? These both have fantastic options for any fish keeper to buy stuff in the United States. I know this is different if you're in Europe or some of my Aussie viewers, Canada, etc. I know, but I'm in the States, so I'm biased, and I do it the way I do it. You have lots of lovely stuff that are specific to you too. I know. There's what's it? Not Keep Fish Keeping, because that's KG Tropical's store, although that's another one you could do. I didn't have them on here, but I'll give them some love too. There's an Australian guy who just opened his own store not too long ago, and it's like Simple Fish Keeping or Fish Keeping Simple, something like that. I'm forgetting his channel, and I feel bad because actually he seems like a really nice guy, but he has a pretty sweet store. So you could have an option there, a store like his, right? For you Aussies. But yeah, that's easy stuff. But let's say you don't have access to that, or maybe you want to do more specific. So if you got somebody who's really into plants, you could probably already read a bunch of my tabs and cheat on this as you would do, right? You could win a $500 gift card at Aquarium Co-op, apparently. I sat at the page long enough. It was like, hey, want to enter this thing? So maybe they're just getting into plants. You can see, obviously, I've purchased these, right? We're on my Amazon, but you could get something like the any of these sets. I'm just using the Higer in particular because it's cheap and they're in the black instead of the standard steel. You also have this option, by the way, which I think is fantastic, is you can get like these rainbow steel ones, which I think is kind of neat. There are certain people who really love this stuff. Oh, geez, Edge, leave me alone. Leave me alone. I'm using a different browser, so this is slightly easier, but making it harder on myself. Maybe you want to go a little fancier, right? You want one tool that's a lot better. And you're going to look at something like this. These nice spring-loaded scissors. I have a pair of these, and they're fantastic. I love doing trims, especially like really controlled trimming with these particular style of scissors. So this is really good with like moss, especially if you're doing trimming on moss. These are the best. If you have stems where you want to be much more controlled about how you're trimming instead of like big swaths with the bigger scissors that are out there, like the ones in the Higer kit, these are fantastic. About the only place where these aren't the best is if you have a really thick rhizome on something like a Nubius. Then you want to use something like a razor blade. But let's say we know what I'm going to do. They've already got their equipment. They're already doing plants. They know what they're doing. You can do stuff like root tabs. Easy, ships no problem. Literally can buy most of these things anywhere. It doesn't have to be specifically in the US, but like I'm a fan of Flourish root tabs. I actually like them quite a lot. It's the one thing in the Flourish line that I really legitimately love. But if you're local to where you can get Thrive, Thrive is really, really popular. It's also fairly efficiently costed. You get 60 tabs for 18 bucks. Not too bad. You can also try some of the ones like these. These typically, the style typically has a little higher iron count. So maybe you got lots of crypts and you want some extra iron. Good option. There's like 2-hour Aquarist. A little expensive if you ask me, but hey, maybe you want to make them feel fancy and you really like this little glass plastic container, whatever it is that comes in. I don't know. Okay. Any fish keeper. Maybe they don't have plants. Maybe they keep those silly African cichlid things that just destroy plants left and right. Test kit. Test kits expire. We can always use test kits. Encourage your friends, maybe. They don't test enough. You're like, here's a test kit. You keep struggling with water parameters. Have a test kit. Test your water, friend. Or maybe you want to go like the co-op style, get your test strips as opposed to the like master test kit. You know, either of these are great things that like us fish keepers kind of perpetually need. We're going to perpetually use them, or at least I hope we are. So we kind of always need some semblance of testing around. So a re-up's never going to make your average fish keeper go, hey, what are you trying to say? Right? It's like always be like, hey, it's always good to have spares, right? Just in case. One of my personal favorites, honestly, I bought this for myself. You're going to see that in a second. The last time I bought one was in 2019. I need to buy another one. But just these little kits, there's a bunch of different versions, but they have all sorts of like, you have connectors in like T-valves. You have just an angle elbow. You have check valves. You have just the connector, the straight connector for your air accessories. I love kits like this. They're small. They're easy to hide away in your storage and stuff, but they give you a ton of options for running your air. There's also kits that come with some of the like dial valves that let you dial the pressure down a little bit if you want. So there's a ton of these. You can literally just look up like air pump accessories or, you know, aquarium air accessories, anything like that. You'll find a million billion of these different kits. This just happens to be the one I bought because almost specifically it came in this little like little container. So it was super easy to store instead of just like bags of parts. But I love having these kits. And anytime I start running low on a particular part, maybe I've done a bunch of stuff, or if I'm just redoing all my airline like I'm doing right now in my warm room, right? The one where I'm replacing those 9 tanks with a couple 40 breeders. I get me, as Chance is saying in chat, a proper doodad box. And yeah, you can go to Dollar Tree and get containers like this. Absolutely. I'm just, it's $9 for all the parts plus the container. Seems okay, right? Crypt Keeper Aquatics. I have a yogurt container and cottage cheese container for those little bits and bobs. This just helps you store it a little bit. But yeah, you go to a dollar store. Maybe you don't have one of these containers. You're like, I should get it for the container. Go to a dollar store. You can find these all over the place. But if you need all the parts plus the container, here's a good option. And specifically for this one, I will actually like give you guys a link just because I love this so much. And yes, I have actually bought multiple of these. Sell out a little bit, but just as for the FTC, so they don't find me, if you do happen to make a purchase using that nice little link I just sent, I am an Amazon affiliate, and I earn commissions on qualifying sales from links that I use. That is a paid link. FTC, don't find me. I don't have that kind of money. All right. I got money to do some some giveaways, if you will, but not quite that kind of money, FTC. I can't give away to you. The last one, the last idea I had in my head, maybe you got a specialist. My friend Alyssa, who currently has my Akitos Tiger Plecos, right? She's a Pleco machine. Plecos are her jam. People like me love planted tanks, right? There's always something that we can use. And the thing that I thought of immediately is something like this, like pleco hides or shrimp hides for those who like to keep shrimps. You can get the little like betta hammocks and stuff like that for folks that keep bettas and maybe they don't have a lot of plants. Maybe they got the SpongeBob pineapple hut, or maybe, you know, they have a kid that would love the SpongeBob pineapple hut. Get them the SpongeBob pineapple hut, whatever it may be. You want to get them hot pink gravel just to make fun of them as a gag gift? Do it. Right? Have fun with some of your gifts. Now we can flip this, right? And this is where we can use little things like this. Amazon's a great example. You don't have to use Amazon, but I'm sure my employer would appreciate it if you did. And you could do stuff like this in reverse kind of for yourself. Now I'll stop sharing the screen. But an example would be, let's say that you are a Pleco keeper and you're planning on doing a new Pleco tank, and maybe your friend, mom, dad, kid, whatever it may be, family member needs a good gift idea for you. But, hey, man, economy sucks. I need something on the budget. There's tons of options like this on Amazon that are useful parts for us fish keepers to just have around spare. Maybe it's a spare sponge filter. Maybe it's a spare air pump. Maybe it's a spare heater, right? One of these things that isn't terribly expensive, not going to break your bank. It's not like I'm like, hey, I need a new, let me get an Oase Biomaster 850. You got like $400 lying around, right? You know, you don't have to go quite that crazy to still have good gift ideas, whether it's giving an idea to be like, hey, I would really like this. If you were me and you're doing plecos, you're like, I would like a thing of dirt cheap watering stakes. It'll cost you $10. And I'll get 10 of them. It'll be great. But things like that are things that we fish keepers can either get as gifts for our friends, our family, the other fish keepers in our lives, or talk to the other members of our family and be like, hey, here's a great easy gift idea for me. Something I totally need or want or whatever it may be that would do the trick. You know, if you're already established, maybe you're just like, I've got this fish I'm after and a gift card would be great. Or thinking about getting some new plants, a gift card to Aquarium Co-op might be pretty awesome. Whatever it may be, right? There are tons of options that make it easy. We don't have to go complicated. You don't have to like go out to a fish store and pick a specific fish for somebody. I mean, maybe you could. That could be a super fun experience, right? To take someone out, pick up their fish. I've done it a few times with brother-in-law James. It's always fun. But yeah. I wanted to talk a little bit, have a little fun. Now at this point, we'll go over to our normal stream, except not, which is to say we will be doing our usual question and answer. At Bentley Pasco makes it super easy for me to see stuff, all that kind of usual stuff. However, unlike the usual stream, well, I like to, how you say, do a holiday giveaway every year. And we've got a few of them set up. So we're going to put the first one in the chat. And let's talk about this before we put up the banner. But, I mean, we'll do it now. Whoop. Can you see some of the stuff that I clearly have as giveaways sitting here ready? I have exactly one of these. The Danger Noodle towel from Fishtoberfest left over. Other than the one that's my personal one, of course, but I have one unnumbered towel left. And that's going to be our first giveaway, is that bad boy Um, I can't ship fully internationally just because that stuff gets expensive fast. If you're in the United States, definitely can ship to you, and I will have a giveaway later that will be international. Okay, so U.S. on some of the physical stuff, just because shipping physical goods um, is really tough to outside the United States for someone in the United States. Um, but you know what? Screw it. Canada, you're in too. U.S. and Canada, those aren't too bad. Anytime I go across the water, though, that's when it goes nightmare scenario. So hashtag noodle get you entered. I'll be using the StreamYard giveaway tool for those who actually care. Let me make sure this thing's doing its thing. And we'll take some questiones once the chat despams itself. Let's see. Okay, here's a good one. Legion Aquatics, Bentley, how do I propagate Anubias and boost as fast as possible to save money? Money. Okay, so first off, CO2. And I know it sucks, but you don't need a lot. The good news is despite the fact that I say CO2, you can go like the low and slow method, but you really need that extra carbon available in order to speed the growth up. Because without that extra carbon source, it's going to be tough. Now, if you have a way to get some of that stuff breaking the water surface to where it can access atmospheric CO2, that's going to speed the process up. So one of the ways you can do that is getting some of those little shelves. If you've ever seen those like stainless steel aquarium shelves or the 3D printed ones, there's a ton of options out there, whether it's like Etsy stores, or I think you can even find some of these kits on like Amazon nowadays. You end up bringing it all the way up to the water surface. So basically just the roots are in the water, or the rhizome is in the water, and the rest of the foliage is above water. And the big thing there is like that gives it access to atmospheric CO2. You need to adjust your light, yes, because you don't want them in too much light. But that will help, because by getting that atmospheric CO2, they have access to a lot more carbon, and they can absorb more nutrients and grow faster. These are how most of these plants grow in nature, in the wild. Now, if you're doing it in a tank, you're going to need some CO2 if you really want to speed that up. Now, the second thing, especially in the case of most Anubias, not all, don't use this with the white Anubiases, but any of your standard kind of green Anubias forms, bring your light down. The power of your light, less intensity, longer duration. And make sure you have reasonable ferts in your water. You don't need to have like a ton, but have somewhere between 5 and 10 parts per million at any time. So there's constantly some source available, right? Make sure that you have that going. And then have your light running for something like 10 to 12 hours, but at a very low intensity. Now, if you're trying to mix this with other more demanding plants, this is where this gets super tough. But if you're trying to do like something like, say, a Pectec tank where he's got just tons of Anubias and a giant wall, lower light is fine. You just need enough light to get to where the foliage is, and it doesn't take much. You can be talking like 6, 7 par. Bring it down low and rock it, and you'll be all right. They don't need strong light. They actually like kind of shaded light for longer periods of time, and that's going to help grow them more. They need to have access to all of the ferts they need, which is not a lot. They're not super demanding. They need carbon, but having that longer photo period allows them to photosynthesize longer through the process of the day. Intensity doesn't matter here. It's duration. Photo period matters. Okay? Yes, you could use DIY CO2, but just be careful of that when you're dealing particularly with other wild stock, because at night, right, when your plants stop using CO2 and start using a little bit of oxygen, there's some risk there. Usually not too much, because typically DIY CO2 isn't putting out so much, but yeah, that should help. Nabokov fan, I like this. One of my favorite obscure gift ideas is a steel cup, uh, mirror tumbler, or something to hold all the tools next to the tank. I can confirm the Oxo Tri rack is awesome as well. There you go. Getting used to the different chat function. Kelly Foreman, apparently your towel was put to good use as of cleaning up a mini flood a couple days ago. How do you keep flooding? You've flooded a bunch. I think you're getting a little too lackadaisical with those water changes, Miss Kelly. I don't know if you should be a speaker at the Keystone Clash with that lackadaisical water change. I kid. I'm so looking forward to Keystone Clash, partially because of the speaker lineup. I will get to meet some folks in person that I have not got to meet yet, and that's going to be fantastic. Also, Dan is going to be there, and anytime I get an opportunity to hang out with Dan is fantastic. I just got to figure out what I'm talking about. I know what I'm talking about. I'm just going to actually make the talks themselves, because I need to do something a little different, refreshed, a little different than my previous talks. We need something new and fun. Northern Tide is laughing. Got to spend money to save money. Kind of, yes. You can spend if you spend money up front, you can save money in a long run. Is really what it comes down to. Or you can be a really crazy person and buy everything in tissue culture because of the volume of product that you get for the money. And as long as you're good at growing things from tissue culture, you can actually profit off of them by selling all the excess as you start growing it out. I know somebody who specifically did that in my club for years. He would just buy tissue cultures and stuff, grow a ton, keep the small amount he actually wanted in the first place, and sell the rest off at a profit and make money doing it that way. That's a hustle right there. Bob Purcell, if you could pick an unlimited number of 3 plants off of Dan's Fish new selection, which would you pick? Oh, this is really specific to Dan. You're gonna give Dan some super love, huh? Let me go look at the live plant selection. Should we screen share this bad boy? Let's do it. We have this fancy software that does things and stuff. Boop. There we go. Bonk. I don't like that style though. Like this. Yes. Thank you, software, that I will complain about endlessly because you put a stupid watermark on my screen. I hate watermarks, by the way. Any type of advertising that is not something I want present, it drives me nuts. Maybe it's because I worked in marketing. So I get 3 plants in unlimited quantities. On unlimited quantities. Let's be honest. Probably not truly unlimited. Let's see here. Okay, well, this probably won't take me terribly long. Ew, there's some fun stuff in here. So one, there's an army of Echinodorus. It's lots of sword plants. If you were to ask me my favorite large sword, it's Marble Queen, by the way. As a side note, I love Marble Queen swords, especially when they're happy and robust. Get past all these Echinodorus. There's so many. Okay, number 1, because I do love Anubias, and specifically, I'm going to pick one that is probably not what you would expect. Most people would probably expect me to be like Nana Petite. It's amazing. You can use it everywhere. yes, but no. What I actually really like, okay, is standard Nana. A little bit bigger leaf, but not huge. I actually really like Nana Golden too, but Nana is probably the regular Nana is more durable. And it's just pretty. You could go kind of the ovalis route if you don't want this pointed leaf shape, but I actually specifically like the pointed leaf shape. So Anubias Nana, number 1. Number 2, obviously one has to be a crypt. We know that I'm a crypt psycho. What do we got? Dan, what you got for me, buddy? Ooh, I'm already seeing a potential source of complaint. Not really, let's be honest. Ooh, you guys got a bunch of Hamilomenas in? This actually is a really sweet plant, but a lot of people struggle with this particular plant, but it's very similar to a crypt, but very different foliage texture, which I quite like. So you're probably going to see this, and you'll notice it in a new tank. I have quite a lot of Cryptocorn lucens that I've gathered up for the new tank that I'm putting together, and lucens would be my pick. Lucens is probably my favorite of the green crypts. unless you can specifically get like a fancier one with like Lutea Green Hobbit. But I like Lucens quite a lot. I also like Lutea quite a lot. Those two are just nice. They don't quite get quite as big as the Wendetti eyes. And they have a slightly more narrow leaf shape. They don't get quite as broad as some of the Wendetti eyes can. Another one that's really cool, just because I see it here, is Walker Eye. Walker Eye is a super sweet plant. Although there's some other ones that are out there that you can find mostly in tissue culture that are super cool, that aren't like Pink Flamingo and all the really crazy nonsense that's difficult, that are actually easy, but have a little more uniqueness in their coloration and some stuff like that. The first one I think of was like Axelrod Eye. Crypt Axelrod is amazing. Ooh, you have boost there. That's a good boost. That's some good boosts, but not what my third pick would be. So my problem is I don't see any Nymphaeas, and I want a red plant. So because I'm not seeing any Nymphaea, I'm going to go with this specifically because it's not as common. Rosander Vig's much more common, but I want the Alternera Reinekii broadleaf. So broad red, broadleaf, whatever you want to call it, same plant. But I want those bigger wide leaves because you can grow this low tech, and it's going to keep the tops kind of a yellowish green, but the underside is going to be that beautiful pinkish red. And then if you do happen to use CO2, then the whole plant is just a beautiful red color, right? So those are my three. Reinekii broad, Anubias regular Nana, and Crypt Lucens. Bam. Hope that answers it for you. Hope that answers it for you. All right, chat, we're scrolling. Ooh, we're like halfway through the night already. Clicks images, would easy carbon help? And you're talking about specifically trying to grow things faster with a carbon source. No. And let me explain why. And then we'll finish the giveaway. If you haven't already entered, hashtag Noodle gets you in for the last Danger Noodle towel. Literally the last one I own that isn't my personal one. Those were quite popular. Also, I've already gave some away, so like I have a little less left over, but they're very, very popular little item there. So easy carbon and all your liquid carbons are glutaraldehyde. Glutaraldehyde is primarily an algicide. It's very, very good at killing algae, but it doesn't provide any meaningful amounts of actual carbon source to plants. It'll give you something like 3 or 4 parts per million, which is like nothing. You really need to get yourself into some semblance of gaseous CO2 in order to get a meaningful amount of CO2 and carbon available to the plants. And it's also in a form that's easier for them to actually absorb. There's some weird conversion work that has to happen when you're putting in glutaraldehyde or liquid carbon. And it's really difficult for plants to properly absorb it. And also, a number of plants are extremely sensitive to glutaraldehyde. Basically, everything in the Aponogeton family. So, like Madagascar lace, all those like cool, like Bovidianus and all that, all the really cool Aponogeton plants. If you have a taller tank, you put any liquid carbon in there, those bad boys are melting, like almost guaranteed. I've had a massive melt happen to a Madagascar lace because of liquid carbon. But I needed it to fight off a particular type of algae. So I was like, well, keep this plant covered in algae or kill the algae and let the plant regrow. Bye-bye, like 3.5 years of Madagascar lace growth. Oh, the pain was true. The pain was strong. Okay, so we're going to quickly do leg giveaway. So if you haven't got your thing in yet, I'm going to stop the chat. Big time stopping. That should tell the giveaway tool to do its thing. And now I'm going to, one sec. I'll actually share it on the screen real fast. Trying to learn the software that I'm going to use for all of 2 weeks. It looks way worse like that, doesn't it? Yeah, slightly better. Depending on what you're using, it looks bad. All right, we have 73 entrants for the Danger Noodle Towel. Remember, US and Canada. I'll bite the bullet on Canada. Let's see who our winner is. Hey, DC Kyle. DC Kyle. Paging DC Kyle. First off, let's make sure you're in the chat. I gotta scroll back up in a second. Grass-fed hashtag too late. It's just stuff you gotta in the next, I don't know, 2 minutes or so. Oh, like you literally just posted. All right, you kind of just like snuck in just in time. Congratulations to DC Kyle. Here's what you need to do. You need to email me. It's in chat, bentley.pasco@gmail.com. I need to know where I'm shipping this bad boy to. So just, shoot me a little email. Let me know where I'm shipping this bad boy to, and it's yours. Don't worry, you don't have to pay any shipping. It's all free of charge, etc., etc. To the replay crew, if you've gotten this far, don't worry. There's a giveaway specific just for you, replay crew. Hang on till the end. You'll hear it. Don't worry. Don't worry. Okay. Bonk. Now let's see here. Can I change? Aha! I can. We're gonna hide this now. All right, DC Kyle will do. I'm looking forward to it. All right, Kyle's towel. Also, I can't mess with my camera settings in this, by the way. Something I hate. Remember these guys? Ooh, almost dropped this. You remember these guys from Triple Crown? Ew. I have two of them. I actually have more hats left than towels. But to be fair, I didn't give away too many extra hats after Triple Crown. So I had some that I mailed out to a couple folks that I made some promises to because they couldn't make it because they were ill and they chose to stay home rather than get the rest of us sick. And I got sick anyway. Son of a... So for that particular one, boop, hashtag rainbow is going to get you in on this bad boy. I wonder if it will be really finicky about making sure that you capitalize. Probably not, but yeah, I don't really care. So I put it in lowercase just so I can see. All right. So we'll do 2 drawings on those because I have 2 hats. We're going to give away both tonight. Both. And then that'll be the last of them. These are, remember, I didn't make too many of these. I made very, very few of these. Some were numbered, but there's actually technically less unnumbered hats than there are numbered hats. The numbers are just unique because each one has an individual number. But technically speaking, the unnumbered hats are rarer. All right. Let me get back to questions. I got to scroll up in the chat. If I do miss your question, feel free to repost, folks. Remember, at Bentley Pasco makes it a lot easier. Hello, Keystone Clash. Good to see you. Good to see you. I probably owe you more stuff here soon, don't I? Kaylee Hollefeld, you just asked what website was I just using. If you're talking about when I was looking at plants, that's Dan's Fish. They have plants now available. And they have a different selection than, for the most part, like Aquarium Co-op, which is kind of nice. So you're not really competing as much. You would get different plants kind of at each place, which I find kind of cool. There's some overlap, of course, but there's a bunch of unique stuff at Dan's that you don't see necessarily at like Aquarium Co-op, and similarly at Aquarium Co-op, there's some other stuff that you don't see at Dan's Fish now that they're carrying some plants. Let's scroll up. MSC Aquatics. Anyone know where I can find a Dubious Gigantea? That's tough. I think the last one I knew of off the top is I think Dustin's Fish Tanks had them available for a little bit. And they might still have them available. My lady came in the stream. So technically today actually is the birthday for both Lulu and Shantoto, so my two girl dogs. And they're now 3. All my dogs are 3 now. So Papa Limo had a birthday last month. So that just shows you they're only like 6 weeks apart in age. And now the girls are both they're 3 today. So Mom spent some time with dogs, but also she was debating, and we'll talk about this. Maybe chat can say hello. Do you want my girlfriend to show up in a stream? Maybe at first of the year, because I have to do some finagling around the house to set up like extra camera and mic and all that kind of stuff for her. But what do you think? She'd probably come in her like VTube avatar because she does VTubing as a for game streams, right? But her avatar is super cute, so you know. You want to hear my lady on stream? We can do that. Soon to be wife, be married before the year is over. I won't be a free man. Not that I cared. Oh man, I haven't been free for years. I'm too loyal a human being. Okay, Paul Soltero, Bentley, I'm using the Venturi on the filter return. There's a Anubias barteri directly in the flow that grows fast for Anubias. What do you think the placement has anything to do with it? Yeah, it's definitely placement, and it's probably a lot of it is because of the amount of flow. It minimizes the likelihood of algae buildup and detritus buildup, and usually the algae buildup happens because of the detritus buildup. But also, you probably have slightly more oxygenation because you're near that Venturi, right? It's going to cause a little bit more just turbulence and stuff at the water surface. It's going to cause that extra gas exchange, etc. So yeah, that'd be my guess. Kelly Foreman, I wish I could collect swords, but who has that kind of space? You keep rainbow fish. You should have that kind of space. At least for like half the species of swords out there that actually don't get super huge. But, you know, what do I know? What do I know? Okay, I'm going to try to hunt down some questions again. John McCann, hi, have you heard of the M. Patoti? Patoti? I'm probably pronouncing that way wrong. They were in Amazonas in 2014. Pictures online do not look nearly as good as the ones in the magazine. I'm assuming this is a Melanitania, John? Melanitania Patoti. Yes. Yes, it is. So if I go, keep in mind also that anything in Amazonas, they're probably going to bump the photo some, so to speak, which is to say they're going to have some color alteration. Maybe I can, I wonder, you know, the one thing I don't like is that I can't find, it's really tough to find like Amazonas covers. Just, I want to go to this website on purpose. Take me there. Stop trying to stop me. I'm trying to look this fish up because I actually don't know this one. That doesn't seem right. It doesn't seem right based on some of the descriptions I read. Also, like, it immediately just goes to Bozeman when you try to look this up. Oh, man. Native material back lower, silvery white, huh? Interesting. Yeah, I'd totally have to see like a cover of the Amazonas or something to know that fish. But more than likely, you're seeing some color alteration in the picture for a magazine. It's just going to happen. But hopefully, they would be very minimal about it, given it is a fish publication. Keep drinking, you'll be fine. A little sip of my fake vitamin water over here. Costco brand. It's cheaper and tastes better. Oh, Lord.
Okay, so this is an earlier question from Grassfed about how to handle, or at least my first steps for blackbeard algae. I should be using some of these other like tools that allow me to do cool stuff, but I'm not because I'm being a brain dead monkey right now. So the first thing I do when I'm fighting blackbeard algae is one, I look at my light. If I have an ability to reduce the blue, I do so. Next, now me personally, I have no issues putting in fish or other livestock just because I can put a ton of fish in with rainbow fish typically, so I'm not as limited as certain other tanks might be in bringing in livestock to eat algae. So I'll go get like some Siamese algae eaters or some Florida flagfish or something and put them in there to specifically handle a lot of algae. Most people don't want to do that, and that's the big thing that I would say is from there, that's where liquid carbon actually becomes your friend. Liquid carbon is really good when you spot dose it, so using like a syringe or a little pipette and going straight onto the algae, and you can do it underwater, it's fine. Don't worry about it. But by doing that, it kills that algae real good like. And yeah, for a few of you, I've noticed a few people are putting rainbows, plural. It's just hashtag rainbow, so go ahead and re-enter. All right? Rainbow, no S. I know I made it complicated. One would assume if you're talking about rainbow fish, you would want more than one, and I made it singular because I'm a jerk. But yeah, just for those of you who want to get one of these bad boys. Although, Mike, I'm pretty sure you got one of these, don't you? Yeah. But yeah, last of the hats. So that's where I would start. I would start with limiting your light a little bit, and then from there, if you're willing to put in livestock, don't be afraid to use some livestock. Certain snails are fantastic at eating filamentous algae and things like blackbeard algae. Certain shrimp do a really good job. You just got to be patient in that particular case. Or you want to go the other chemical route, we can look at using liquid carbon and spot dosing it and slowly but surely killing it all. It's just one of those things. Only algae eating fish or algae grazing fish. Let me put this up on. Boop. Take away my banner for a minute. So no blue at all. The only algae grazing fish I have don't seem interested. I guess I would say like what fish are they? And if they're not interested, you kind of have to start fasting them. So if they don't have a constant source of food, they will suddenly find that algae way more appealing and begin eating it. But if you're feeding them every day or 2 times a day, of course, they're not going to go after the algae. They don't have to work that hard. They can get this easy, like high protein, dense food. So you kind of have to start fasting them to encourage them to start grazing on algae as their food source. All right. Ready. Next question. Bonk. 186 element. Bentley, new Flex 15 recommendations. So as in fish, plants, what are we talking here? Because that matters. If we were to go fish, okay, I would say the same thing I say to a lot of people. First, go into your local fish store or go online and look up videos, whatever, and just look at a bunch of different fish. Look at them for several minutes. Especially if you're at a fish store, just watch them swim. Watch them swim for a while. Be patient. All those things. Then do that with every tank. And then think to yourself, what are like the 3 tanks I want to go back to and look at for 10 minutes? Just nonstop. Watch this one fish for 10 minutes that's in that tank. And go back and do it. And then after those 3, I guarantee you there's going to be one where you're like, you know what? I looked at those 3 and there's one that I want to go look at again. And if you go look at that one again, that's the one. Now, there's lots of options. Tons of stuff you can put in a Flex 15. You can put cinnamogills. You can put in certain dwarf rainbows in small numbers. Not perfect, but it's doable, right?
So like Pracox is an example. They definitely like the big movement. Um, Danios, tetras, shrimp, rasboras. Actually, pork chop rasboras are pretty amazing in this tank. Black skirt tetras can be pretty amazing. If you're talking plants, go easy. The light in here isn't super powerful, but it is good enough to do things like crypts, java ferns, certain small swords. A lot of your things that don't necessarily need super high intensity, but like a longer photo period, right? So all your easy plants are going to do just fine in here. I've used this light to grow Pogostamos Stellatus octopus. I've grown some Ludwigia in here. I've grown a couple of different swords in this thing. I've grown mosses, Anubiuses, all that kind of stuff. All your like lower light demands, perfect. The light in here is great for that stuff. The tank in general is great for a lot of stuff just because it's got some kind of funky dimensions, right? It's got a little height to it, but it's not super weird and tall. It's got a nice footprint front to back, so there's some good kind of overall space to do a little miniature aquascape if you want to go that route. It's a good little tank. You have a lot of options. The question is just which option you're looking at. If you want to go heated or unheated, right, that's another thing you want to pay attention to. Because if you don't want to go heated, that reduces the fish you look at. Now you can start looking at things like rosy barbs or paradise fish, or maybe in there's a ton of like live bears and stuff that don't need super warm water. Start looking at certain killifish, all kinds of things like that, right? Options. Okay, let's see here. Bring up this window. So I got 73 entries. Last chance. Hashtag rainbow. We'll be giving away 2 of these hats from the Triple Crown. They're the last 2 I have availables for you folks. US and Canada. Sorry, can't ship super international. Don't worry, I got something for you guys. It's coming, I promise. It's promise. I got an international one. Don't worry. Do 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 do. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I hope you got in in time, because stop. All right. You bring this back on stream. Bonk. Who gets a hat? Hat winner number 1. Will it be DC Kyle again? Nope. Brian Holdridge. Brian, are you here? Brian, say hi in chat. Brian. Give you a minute or so, and then we'll draw the second one. But I need to confirm you're here, Mr. Holdridge. Might have ducked out for the giveaway on the other channel that's happening, because apparently Santa didn't come to my channel for Christmas. That's all right. It's all right. There he is. Cool. Brian, what you're going to need to do is shoot me an email to bentley.pasco@gmail.com. Okay? And I just need to know where I am shipping your lovely new hat to. It is a snapback trucker style hat, so adjustable whether you have a giant noodle like mine or a less giant noodle like most normal human beings. But yeah, shoot me an email and I will get that shipped out to you, I think, this weekend. It's Christmas weekend. I'm going to be a little busy, but it'll get shipped out soon. I do have some vacation coming up next week. I took some time off to do things and stuff with family, maybe even some YouTubes. Who knows? So we'll get that out. All right. Last call. We're going to draw again. Hat number 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Paul, I gotta highlight this. We now know where you rate on Santa's list. The bottom. All right, winner number 2. Let's do this. Come on. Who be it? Another Brian? What is this thing rigged? Don't worry, it's the same hashtag. So if you were in before, you're still in. But Brian Lenawick? I don't know how to pronounce your last name. I do like your doggo in your avatar, though. It's a cute doggo. Look at that. Looks like some kind of pity of some form. That's a nice little pit bull. All right, Brian. Brian with an L. Give you about a minute or so to say hello. I don't know how this thing wants to pick Brian's all day. And that'll get your hat rigged for B names. Sid. Oh, man. I'll keep hammering the chat here. Brian Lenewitz. Man, those style last names, I'll look at them and my brain just like can't process, does not function. I need to hear it. Okay, there you go. There you go. I see you, Brian. I see you. So shoot me an email at bentley.pasco@gmail.com. Brian number dose. Brian name I can't pronounce. Brian L. Fish is hurt by Rich. I'm changing my name. Oh, man. Oh, okay. So I got more than that, though. I got more for yous. Are you ready for this? I'm giving away more junk. I know. More junk. Except this ain't junk. So, next one. Bam. Hashtag fishmonger will enter you. This is U.S. only, unfortunately, because I know Dan only ships in the U.S. Sorry, international gang. Don't worry. Something's coming up for you. To enter a giveaway for a $50 gift card to Dan's Fish. A $50 gift card to Dan's Fish. Hashtag fishmonger. Because he's our friendly fishmonger, right? That'll get you in on this bad boy. We're going to speed these up. We got a couple more, surprisingly. And for the person who's asking said that Fish Fam Christmas says I'm a giveaway. Yes, I am a giveaway either between the end of this stream or potentially the next stream I have before the end of the year. Hint, it's next Tuesday at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern is the other stream. And I have giveaways that are not Fish Fam Christmas that I'm providing too, because that's what I do. Fishmas is more than just Fish Fam Christmas up in my joint. So we gave away some towels. Well, a towel. I only have the one left. We gave away some hats. Fishmonger gets you on a $50 gift card in Dan dollars to our friendly fishmonger at Dan's Fish. Get in there quick. Raphael S. I'm about to change my name to Brian. I mean, it might be a strong strategy. Given how the comment picker has been tonight, that might be a strong strategy. This is going to be a speed giveaway. Come on, people. Oh, Susan. I saw you, Susan. It's good to see you. I saw you were streaming earlier, but I was out running a bunch of errands driving, so I couldn't like drop in and say hi. I'm glad that you showed up, said hello. Dan dollars are better than regular dollars. If you're a fish addict, yeah, Dan dollars are pretty sweet. I won't lie. Dan dollars are pretty good if you're a fish nerd and you're in the U.S. Oh, man. So it's all fun and games until a Danger Noodle towel is on the line. Bob. Oh, man. Oh, man. I'm going to give you like an extra minute to get in on this one. This is going to be a speed giveaway because we're getting close to the end of the stream. And I got a small pupper that's a birthday for her, so she needs some extra time, right? Got to give her some extra love. I have this super cute. I should have brought it in. I have this super cute little like dog cookie that's shaped like a birthday cake and iced that I got at one of my local pet stores. Is her little birthday cake? It's super adorable. I'll have to take a picture of it and put it up on like my Instagram or something. I got two different ones, one for each dog. One's like pink and yellow, and the other one's blue and green. If I remember right, they're both super adorable. All right, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. 88 entries on hashtag fishmonger. Did you get in time? 89, Sean F. under the window. Nice one, Sean. Got in there on time. Oh, I got to show this thing. Boop. Forgot I don't have no more B names. Ah, hey, it's not a B name, or is it? SC, you in here, buddy? Kiatahulas. SC. Come on, let's see you in chat, buddy. I mean, you had to have been here. We maybe had this thing up for like 4 or 5 minutes. Speed giveaway. Pick me, I'm Brian. I just saw that in the chat. Oh, you guys kill me, man. You guys kill me. Oh, geez. All right. Did I miss you all? I was laughing my brains out there for a minute. We might be redrawing this bad boy if you don't say hello soon. Paging SC. Paging SC. SC to the winner's desk, please. Or did I miss something? That's Brian Sid. There he is. All right. SC, shoot me an email, bentley.pasco@gmail.com, so that I can send you a $50 Dancefish gift card courtesy of me. This is because of me. Let me make down. Hold on. I need to bring up something for myself real fast. All right, there we go. Some notes for myself real fast. Cool. How about a Richard win? Do you mean this kind of Richard? This kind of Richard win? I always say that because I know a guy named Richard Wynn that's that way. Oh, but wait, there's more. Guys, I'm not done. Christmas ain't over in this joint. Fishmas keeps going. Hashtag cooped up. That's going to get you in for a $50 gift card to the Aquarium Co-op. Also U.S. only. Sorry, they don't do Canada yet. Otherwise, Canada, you'd be in. Don't worry, international, you're next. International, you're next. Ooh, I got to spell my own hashtag correct. Jeez. Whoop. Bob Purcell, thanks for the $10 super chat for the Fishmas Fund. Merry Christmas. Hope you and the lady, the brother-in-law James, find a good game to play. Check out Buildsy. I'm familiar with Buildsy, actually. For us, mostly, it'll probably be... They've been playing a ton of Pokemon together. So brother-in-law James and my lady have been playing the new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet a lot together. But we still play pretty regularly. Mostly Mario Party. That's our jam. But I will say, like, there might be some change to that soon. We'll see. There might be some other games that mix in. But a lot of it is like, it depends on what level of family is in town too. Because, we're not gonna play like Mario Party together if my mom's in town. We're just gonna kind of hang out, have some like mindless TV on the background while we BS. Does North Carolina count as international? Only for you, Paul. Oh man. So let's go to speed one. Hashtag cooped up will get you into a $50 gift card to the Aquarium Co-op. I've spent lots of time on the stuff that's my merch because it's the last of it. I'm very proud of it. These silly gift cards that probably people value way more. Let's be honest, right? Those are seeing some love. More entries on these bad boys, but maybe it's also because it's toward the end of the stream. People are filtering in for somewhere else. Hoping to get lucky. All right. Gonna shorten this bad boy here soon. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And stop. I'm a dork, I know. Ooh, 99 entries on the cooped up. Let's get this bad boy back on screen. Oh, a couple of you got in there. I don't think the stop is paying attention to what I have to say. Bam. Let's go. $50 to the Aquarium Coop. Who's getting it? It's not a B. It's not a Brian. We got a Steven instead. Steven Marvin, you are our winner for the Aquarium Coop $50 gift card. Please just let me know you're still here in chat and didn't like disappear in the last 2 minutes. All I need is a holy or whatever, even a hi or a one or a thank you. I don't care what it is. It can be like, haha, I got you all suckers. Once I confirm you're here, I'll give you the ever so complicated instructions. Do. There he is. All right, Steven, super easy. Bentley.pasco@gmail.com. Shoot me an email. You don't need to give me your address because obviously that's a digital gift card. I can just send it to you easy peasy. I just need your email so that I can ship you one nice, freshly minted gift card, and I'll get that to you this evening, most likely. Might be tomorrow. Depends on some timing. But soon. Don't worry, soon. Unlike this stuff, no stale mail involved, so a little easier. All right. Now, I promise for you international folks, and this includes Canada, because Dance Fishing Co-op don't go out there. No, I'm not going to put this one on the in the banners. I'll make one real fast. Whoop. A banner. Bonk. This bad boy's international. Hashtag big A. I wonder what we're referencing. Probably my employer. I'll get you a $50 Amazon gift card. Potentially. Hashtag big A. Anywhere where Amazon will ship, you can get this bad boy in 50 American pesos. So that value might actually be better for you, depending on where you live. Who knows? 50 American dollars might be pretty amazing if you're not in the States. Or if you're in the UK, it might be like, I don't know, one coffee. Because the British pound is worth more than the American peso, that's for certain. do this one fast. Fast, fast, fast. Get in there, people. Big A. Hashtag Big A. I'll enter you for a $50 Amazon gift card, courtesy of me, because I'm employed by them, but not on that side. I don't do that, the normal Amazon stuff. I do weird Amazon stuff. With Amazon games, man. Oh, that's what I should have done. I should have done a different hashtag. I should have done AGS, which is Amazon Game Studios. I would have been smart. Oh, Kelly's being all smart about Italian bread in chat. What is this nonsense? Look at this. Look at this. Look at this nonsense. Because a sponge starter used to make Italian breads. Not today, it ain't. So I start seeing it creep close to the last one. We'll get the countdown timer going. I love it, Steven. I love that spirit. Is like, I just won something. I'm back in on this bad boy. I can win twice. I can beat the math. If somebody does win twice, I'm gonna feel kind of bad. Shouldn't happen, right? Yeah, this is my own giveaway. So by those obvious things, you might be able to put together that certain other giveaways are coming next week. So, I mean, a live stream coming near you. Oh, but yeah, this is all sponsored by me. Me, man. All right. 10, a 9, 8, a 7, a 6, a 5, a 4, a 3, 2 and 1. Stopping it. Stop. Get this bad boy back up on here. 98 entries in Big A. Hope you didn't miss it. Who will win? Are you actually international? Is it all a ruse? One of my favorite names to see in chat every once in a while, just because the name is hilarious to me. Moby Dick of Dopeness. You've been hanging out a lot of chats lately, so it's good to see some of the regulars getting a little love. Good to see it. Good to see it. I know you got to be here, but just in case, we'll wait. Say hi in chat. You got like a minute. Bam! Missed the international. That's all right. It's open to everybody. Just certain things I can't do outside the United States and all that kind of stuff. So you know the usual rules, man. You got to email me. Shoot me the emails. And I will shoot you a freshly minted Amazon gift card. So with that being said, gang, we are at the late end of stream. However, about to watch my Blues take on the Kraken. Kraken haven't been amazing. Okay. But, you know, new team. What do you expect? Anyway. Next week, we might do more of this. One could say that if we didn't see Santa, maybe, just maybe. Now, I made a promise. Replay crew, if you're still here, if you paid attention to the start and you waited all the way to the very end, for the replay crew, in the comments, hold on, I'm gonna use a banner for this bad boy. Hide this thing. In the comments, as you can see up now, hashtag AGS. That'll enter you for a $50 Amazon gift card. Or if you would prefer something like if you're in the States, Co-op or Dance Fish, let me know. This giveaway for the replay crew is until Christmas. So I'll announce that winner Yeah, we'll just announce it in the next live stream. How about that? We'll go all the way until the start of the next live stream. That's when you have time to get in there and enter, and I'll use a comment picker. It'll be outside the usual StreamYard thing, but I'll collect comments and go do it with a nice little random number generator thing. Because there's lots of comment picker tools that we can use out there. But for you replay crew folks, I want to reward you too. With your comment, leave hashtag AGS or only hashtag AGS, and you can get a $50 gift card to either Amazon, Dancefish, Aquarium Co-op. It'll be your choice. You just let me know when we get this thing done. So yeah, that'll do her. All right, gang. With that being said, yeah, we're not doing that in chat right now. So you gotta, it's for replay crew specifically. So it's gonna be a comment on the replay of this video. So live chat, you guys got plenty of giveaways. This is to give a little love to the people who watch this on replay and can't make it live. But if you do come back in and rewatch and just scroll to the end and see the AGS, you're in, right? So for you guys who are here live, yeah, you can do that. You can do that. Geek Boy can't afford to pay attention. That does cost money, man. Time is money, baby. Right, Paige? Thank you for coming a member. All right, gang. That's going to do it. I will see you next week. There will be some extended Fishmas next week. So show up. Say hello. Maybe you'll win something else. As always, guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic Christmas. Hanukkah, if you celebrate Hanukkah. I know we're still got a little bit of that going on. Pick your holiday, whatever it may be. For me, it's Christmas. Enjoy your holidays. Be safe out there, especially if you got some ugly weather like I'm getting. And as always, stay awesome. And change your name to Brian, apparently, if you want to win.